No, I don't think that craziness is yet here. I think that craziness is yet to come, and we're about to have it in spades. I'm talking about the U.S. political scene. Now, at the moment, you have every kind of crazy allegation being thrown out, and Trump, in saying all of these things, hasn't realized that, it's kind of like the thing about crying wolf. It's not certainly the same, but where you yell too many times and it's not what you said it was going to be. And so then people start to thinking that you really absolutely don't tell the truth. Now, to me, the diehard Trumper that absolutely refuses to look at the truth. Now, that kind of person, I've met a few. Met one years ago, even before all this stuff started. Didn't realize how much Fox had just separated people off in its own little group. But certainly it has. And they believe that CNN is only lies. Only Fox News has truth. And you can rely on everything that Fox News says. So, that huge problem, however, is starting to be mitigated from the fact that when Donald Trump says lie after lie after lie after lie that is pointedly evident, then you start to nip away at those people who have at least some little bit of logic that's still in their mind. You take, right now you even have some large issues. You have the lawyer who was all part of the team, and then just finally couldn't take anymore. It's too much. I'm getting out of here because it's just too much of a lie. But you have not only those, but you also just have the more normal people who will, after time kind of thing, then start realizing, that he keeps not telling the truth. Why am I accepting him telling the truth about this thing, but then I know that he's lying about all of these other things? I mean, after a while, it just becomes absolutely evident. When the plant grows up out of the ground and it's corn, well, you can't just keep calling it poison ivy. Eventually you've got to admit the fact. And to me, I would think then that would be adding to Biden, but we're not seeing that. It's very unusual. And I wonder, and it'd be interesting to see after the election, I wonder if you're having the opposite of what was before. Before, you had people didn't want to admit that they were a Trumper, and so they don't admit it, then they go ahead and vote for Trump when it comes election time. And I just wonder if, in fact, a lot of Trumpers right now are doing the same, the thing with Biden. Instead of now going and voting for Trump, they'll go and vote for Biden. To all their friends and stuff like that, and we continue to be talking about all the Trump stuff and everything. And they just, get a little bit more quiet about it, don't enter in as much, that kind of thing. Still say some of the things in order to be part of the group. But when it comes election time and you're alone, you can do what you want, that they will vote for Biden. So I wonder if that's going to be a phenomenon that we find out. But it does shock me that the pollsters all acknowledge how consistent Biden is. But over these last 2 weeks, and even more so this last 1 week, I mean, truthfully, I thought that there would be many, many people who would say this is absolutely it, and that the Woodward book would just finally be the thing that, when it's Trump's own words, and you've got the whole thing there, so you can't worry about the context because you've got the whole thing if you want to look at what the context was. That then it just becomes a self-evident. I don't know. Again, we'll see what happens. But you still see so many people who are just out and out. Oh no, he's doing good. He's done good this whole time. He's going to do even more good. And it's just, don't bat an eye. It's just shocking. But the horrible thing is this talk of how many deaths are expected by January 1st. Just so many. And now suddenly, for the life of me, it's become something I can't remember, whether it's 400,000 or 600,000. But regardless, the amount is astronomical. Sorry. It's getting late. And that's just shocking that, okay, you take what was said about how that the virus could have been handled, wasn't, so screwed up everything. And now, if we by the end of the year, we're going to have at the very least 200,000 more people die. And we're only at 193, 194 right now. So you're going to have 206,000 more people die between now and January 1st. And then how many of those could have been saved? A nagging thought in my head, terrible thought, I know. A nagging thought in my head is that, frankly, Trump is quite happy with it because who does it mostly hit and kill? Mostly minorities. So you're going to be hitting more voters that would likely be a Democrat than you are likely voters who would be a Republican. I realize that's far out there, and that's getting into craziness talk of like a conspiracy, but again, these are some of the points that will be very, very interesting to look at and consider once the election is here. But things are going to happen. There's going to be all kinds of things said. There's going to be stuff thrown out there. It's going to be perhaps either videos or documents, this or that. I know it's coming. It's just is. Mark my words. You look out for it. I will be as well. Thank you for listening.